clear, right? Before we even
Yes,
start any of this stuff, we should
that's
make our
true. That's a
positions
good
clear.
idea. Sitch is a smart one. He's always he's always doing he's
Right,
always
right,
doing the smart things.
right. So obviously, we all saw the video of Floyd dying or being
Yeah.
killed, depending on how you perceive the events. And I obviously don't support the police putting their knee on the guy like that. I don't support
No,
any of
no,
that was going
horrible.
on in the video.
Yeah,
I assume Adam
horrible.
doesn't support any of that either.
No, I think everyone's in
Strong, yeah.
agreement there.
Yeah, seems like almost everyone. There are very few people that I saw that have disagreed, but it seemed like everyone agreed. Even everyone agreed that yes, the cops should not have put the knee on the guy's neck, and also you can't see it from that angle, but there's actually two cops holding the guy's legs down at the same time.
Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, so you can't see it from that angle. So, and I mean, so obviously we're not in favor of that. We do think
No,
that was a huge overstep by the police. We do think, or at least I think, I'm not going to speak for Adam, but we'll see. Because me and Adam haven't actually talked about this yet, so it's be kind of interesting. We haven't talked about it personally, but
not at all. Yeah.
I do think the police should be charged with manslaughter, maybe third-degree murder. So I'm in favor of all of that stuff. I'm in favor of the cops being charged for this.
I don't know enough about it, but it's an obvious case of police brutality. Like
Right.
a dude died, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah, obviously. Right. I did read the criminal complaint, which I would recommend everyone read. It's on the Minneapolis State Attorney's Office. Maybe I'll put a link in the description at some point. It's only 7 pages. What is interesting is apparently there is full there's full body cam footage of this event that I'm assuming will come out eventually at some point. So we'll clearly get to see what happened.
The prosecutor's all over that footage right now.
Right. Because there's a lot of conversation about the coroner report came out and it said that he didn't die of asphyxiation. They think he died. They probably think that he had a heart attack or some other underlying health condition. Yes. They don't think
what's the toxicology report? Because everyone's saying, was he drunk or?
I don't think that's come out yet, to my knowledge. If the chat can correct me if the toxicology report has come out yet. I know I saw Stefan Molyneux was he wants to see the toxicology report. To me, it doesn't matter. If you have an underlying health condition and the cops act in a way that everyone thinks was unnecessary and that exacerbates your health condition and you die, I still think they're responsible for the murder, or maybe not the murder, but for the death, obviously. Maybe it won't be murder. Maybe it will be manslaughter under that scenario. I don't know what the exact statute is, or the exact wording for those statutes are. But how do you feel about that? If you have an underlying health condition and a cop exacerbates it by doing something they shouldn't be doing, should they be held liable for that?
Yeah, I don't know, because it depends upon what the condition is. Take a position.
Don't be a filthy fence sitter, Adam.
Well, you put me on the spot here. I'm not necessarily sure. What was the underlying health condition?
Well, we don't know yet.
The problem that I have is in law enforcement, you don't know what situation you're going into.
That is a big problem, of course.
That's why the toxicology report is important, because if you're dealing with a drunk will do irrational things far more than a sober person will do. A drunk, I would be far more worried about pulling out a gun or stabbing me than I would a sober person. So I think the toxicology report is in trouble.
Yeah, but when they talk about toxicology,
I don't know. It's complicated.
Okay, Tim. When they're talking about the toxicology report, I don't think people are talking so much about whether he was intoxicated and that's why he was acting in a way that wasn't good. They're talking more like if he had drugs in his system and that's why he died. That's
the reason I'm hesitant to take your position and say are you saying that the underlying position the underlying condition is important? Is that what you're saying, or not?
It isn't. I'm saying that if you have an underlying health condition, and obviously the cops aren't psychic, they don't know this.
I am hesitant to take that position simply because then all of a sudden everyone's going to come out with an underlying condition, and now all of a sudden you can't do anything.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. And I think Scott Adams, I think, was talking about this. Other people were talking about this, that maybe there needs to be a reform in police departments where if someone claims that they're having a health issue while being arrested or incarcerated, that the police have to take it seriously. But then if it turns out that you're lying, that's like a
It's
crime.
it's another charge. That's a good
That's
idea.
another
That's a
charge.
workaround. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Lying about your health condition.
Yeah, because I do think there needs to be something. Same thing happened. A lot of people have been talking about a guy named Tony Timpa. Was the guy's name, right? Yeah, Tony Timpa, who in Dallas, he was arrested and he was obviously intoxicated or something. He's rolling around the floor. He's acting a little crazy, and he kept saying that if he gets on the floor, he was going to die. The police were going to kill him, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the police do kind of the same thing that they did to Floyd, where they put the knee on the neck and they're holding him down, and he dies.
Really?
And I'm assuming he had some underlying health condition too. The same thing happened. What was the guy's name who was selling the loose cigarettes who got killed this way?
I can't remember, but I know who you're talking about. The
Yeah.
huge guy, Michael Gardner, maybe. Is that it?
I think that was it. Eric Gardner.
Let me know. Okay, close.
Yeah, Eric Gardner. Again, like another person who died for an underlying health condition. And I don't know. It's again, I understand you don't want to make it so the police can't do their job. The police aren't psychic, but there needs to be something, right? There needs to be some way that they can handle these situations that aren't just like, oh, well, we just accidentally killed someone.
This seems like an obvious overuse of force, though, to me.
Right.
I mean, it seemed pretty obvious from the video.
Well, here's the problem. If you read the criminal complaint, and I'm assuming that this is based off of the body cam footage. They say that Floyd resisted getting into the car, the police car. And they said that he would stiffen up. And I think they even said that he fell on the ground himself on purpose to prevent himself from being put in the car. So cops do this thing where, like, if you're resisting, I'm assuming what happened was, here's the thing. I don't agree with the people who think the cops murdered this guy in cold blood. They just saw a black guy and they killed him. Or some people are now saying that there's a conspiracy theory, not conspiracy theory. It turns out that
they knew each other.
Yeah, Floyd and the cop worked together in a bar. They were both bouncers or security in a bar, though it's not clear how well they knew each other or if they really did know each other. They just worked at the same place. But which is possible. I mean, that would be interesting if this was some weird personal motivation. But I assume that will all come out. But I don't think the cops were intentionally killing this guy or any of that crap. I think there's a guy who was probably resisting to some degree. The cops do this shit where if you resist, they get very aggressive with you, or they just try to hold you down to like tire you out, I guess. Maybe that's the protocol. I'm not sure what the protocol is exactly. And things just went real bad because obviously you shouldn't have the guy's your neck on his knee. Some people you can't just pin to the ground like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if you read the criminal complaint, they said that he wouldn't get in the car, and they said that before seems like they're saying even before he was being touched, he was saying he couldn't breathe even beforehand, and he was saying that he was claustrophobic. So it's possible that he was actually starting to have a heart attack or some health condition before he was even on the ground. Maybe that's why he fell to the ground. Maybe they thought he was resisting and he fell to the ground because he was having a stroke or a heart attack or some other condition. And then they just started fucking holding him there. So
that sucks.
Yes. So I agree with you that we do need more information, though. Obviously what they did was obviously bad. I haven't really seen anyone really defending their actions. Even if some people don't want to go so far as to say they should be charged with murder, everyone seems to be on board with the fact that the cops shouldn't have done what they did, I would think. And I'm assuming
you're definitely. Okay. Like some mistakes were made, obviously, if a person is
well, you don't want to say some. That's like a trigger word. You can't say mistakes were made. Okay, that's a trigger word.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yes.
Why is it a trigger word?
Didn't Bush say that, or Donald Rumsfeld say that about Iraq or something?
And so this is Iraq part 2 now?
Yeah, exactly. No, people like wave it off like, oh, mistakes were made. That's like the white privileged person like hand waving away, responsibility. I'm just.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's how some people. Anyway.
Well, I am privileged, so fuck you.
Anyway, so we're just getting that out there, so we're not accused of being horrible, bootlicking, racist people.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't support what the cops did. Obviously, there needs to be a full investigation and a trial and all this stuff. Okay. Now, however, all the rioting after this is obviously totally insane and counterproductive.
Big time counterproductive.